Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, sorry about that. Slightly protracted or prolonged intro scene. My work's been a little weird today, and they funnily enough, say funnily, it's been a major hindrance. Um we're doing waterline maintenance on a different building today, and turns out we got to notice that, oh, they need to turn off water on everything unexpectedly. So yeah, been just rushing around trying to fill up some water and whatnot, so I'm all ready for stream. But happy Friday Eve, everybody. Hope it's a good one for y'all. Aside from that, my day's been pretty good. Hey, mostly a goat wizard. Welcome, welcome. Happy lurk. Hope you're doing well. Actually, I want to try out this brand new feature. 1 second. Because I believe... Did it? It did! Yes! Shout out for Mostly Goat Wizard. I believe you stream art, right? At least I think that's what I saw were some of your most recent VODs. I was kind of checking them out today. Hope you don't mind. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday Eve. Alrighty. So, we did it last time. We done did it. We finished Coffee Talk. That's the name of that game, right? Yeah. So we finished that game, and I was going through some of the games that Of course! What are you talking about? You're so kind to come over and follow me, and I've seen you in communities, and you just seem like such a wonderful being, so thank you so much for hanging out. Happy to have you here. Um, I've looked at, since October's next month, I've been looking at what we could throw in, for maybe some, if not spooky games, maybe some, games that are a little bit darker in theme, or, maybe tackle more, different stories. So I lined up a list of them that I think, if How Long to Beat Us to Believe, adding in, the extra duration that streaming takes, or that streaming adds onto games, we might be able to get through some or all of them. So we'll see. But I figured we could start taking a peek at a Mortician's Tale, which I got from itch.io. It's part of one of the bundles that they had earlier this year, supporting charities and good causes, like the Ukraine bundle or the reproductive rights bundle. Really awesome to, A, support something that's great, or that, really matters to me, and then B, also, get to check out some really awesome games and whatnot. So, I mean, why not? Why not just boot it up? Yeah, there I am. Change scenes, and let me just boot this thing up. And one moment while I find the game to show it. Bum, 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 bum. It's got some good music already. Let's see what options we got. I'm gonna turn that down just a tiny, as I move it halfway down, just a tiny bit. Turn these both down. They're right there. Right there. Yeah, let's try that. Alright. So, I don't know if y'all have heard about A Mortician's Tale. It's not The Mortician's Assistant, the roguelike horror, or roguelite? Probably more roguelite horror. But this one is supposed to be more about the day-to-day and less about a haunting. It's not Jane Doe, the game. The Haunting of Jane Doe, I think is the movie. Yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm interested to check it out. It's supposed to have some interesting discussions around death and the mortician industry. Hey, Buffalo! Welcome, welcome! Happy Friday Eve. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Alrighty. I'm ready. Are you all ready? You got your popcorn and whatnot? Let's kick this off. Let's learn about morticianing. September 4th. Okay. Wait a second. Coffee Talk was set in September, October as well. What is it with games that are set in September? Oh, let's see. I can do zoomies. Nice. Oh. I guess I'm answering email now. Ooh. Good luck, you. I thought that said butt for a second. Good luck, you beauty. Tips for good etiquette. Oh. From Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to ya and helps with some of the heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Good luck. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., Funeral Director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Oh, hello and welcome to our new funeral director. I guess that's me. Hells yeah. Happy Friday Eve indeed. 4 out of 5. We're chipping away at that week. Almost the weekend. And almost October. Which is both exciting and scary that it is already October. Well, already almost October. What we got here? From A.B. Rose to Rose and Daughters staff. Hello everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent grad who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Uh-huh. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. Thank God. Tell me it all. Lay it out to me. I saw a broom. That much I can recognize. In your office/preparation area, you'll find the cremation station. Cremulator. Wait. Sorry, my brain refused to read that word for a second. You'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. That's pretty presumptive that we have already found our desk and computer and are reading this email. Since you had to lay everything else out. Just saying. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose, founder and director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Well, alright. Jen Love. Good luck, you butt. Oh, beautiful and smart babe, you. Huh, I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now. Now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were still a thing until now. I gotta tell you, I mean, they still are. Guess it's not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry, because as I said, You are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, all caps, my museum gig is amazing. I would have loved if she said maze balls. Speaking of being professional, my museum gig is amaze balls. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London and not London, Ontario. Ooh. Serial killer capital of Canada. Whoa. Didn't know that. To work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. Ha. I'll tell you more when we Skype. Oh my god. Skype. The memories. Same sentence. My stories require you to see my face and you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. I also signed you up for a funerals monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift / I love you / am super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Jen L. Art. Museum curator. London Pathology Museum. Whoa. I wonder... Today's task. Hello, Charlie. Hope you're settled in so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Miss Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. I mean, we're all different people, so it's not entirely so strange. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it's important to take time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Miss Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon. Amy Rose. Oh, I see. And then this is the previous correspondence with the family. Dear Mia, of course we would happily oblige your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your request. Take care, Amy Rose. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and family. Rose and daughters. I either want to say Rose and family or Rosencrantz. Neither are correct. For my mother's funeral, we understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you'd kindly not embalm my mother, that would greatly appreciated. We will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment. And since she fought so hard, beat her heart disease, and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter. Best, Mia. Alright. Let's check out this etiquette thing, too. Number 3. Oh. Thanks for subscribing. Each month we bring you a newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out. Me either, right? But since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are. Because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Ooh. Funerals are a hard time. But we understand, and we understand that. But here's some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Makes sense. Don't be loud and obnoxious. Don't make the funeral about you. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Don't get drunk. Doesn't even need to be said, I think. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful when with the grieving family and friends. Happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. That's the easy one to do. That's the good one to do. Easy and good. Dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on a lot of customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. Give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can even be just cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and helpful. Alright. I'll get right to it. Oh. I guess sending an email response also logged me off the computer. Good to know. Let's get back on that computer. Can I drink the coffee? No, I can't. 0 out of 10. Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. About Rose and Daughters. Rose and Daughters Funeral Home was founded by my grandparents back in 1956. The Rose family has proudly served the area since then, providing personal, affordable funeral services for all. I'm proud to have carried on my family's business for the last 36 years, working with the best and brightest funeral directors and grief counselors in the area. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you've recently experienced a loss and would like us to help you through this hard time. Our services. Here at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home, we're committed to providing loved ones with the best, most affordable funeral services in the area. We offer a diverse range of personalized funeral options to fit every need. Prices. Burial with open casket ceremony and reception, 6 Gs. Burial with closed casket ceremony and reception, just 4.3 Gs. That's not too bad. Cremation with ceremony and reception, 1,700, not bad. Direct burial with no ceremony or reception, 1,900, all inclusive, nice. Direct cremation with no ceremony or reception, 600. Budget friendly. Also, we also offer custom packages to suit every budget and need. Please do not hesitate to contact us with any questions. I wonder if that goes to a dev email. It's interesting. Okay, now I'm ready to log off. Do I need the broom? Do I want to sweep first? Nope, just staring at the door, or the wall. All right, let's get into this. Let's see what's going on. This is the prep room, where we will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you're just going to clean the body. Alright. Click the sponge, cotton ball, ooh, and drag it over the click and drag, okay. Interesting. Nice. That's it, you're done. Miss Garcia will be sent to Mike, who'll take care of the dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Miss Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it is also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Shit. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Alright. We're kind of diving right into it. It's interesting. Oh. Just right off of the door. Okay. Let's talk about some fruit. Right? That's nice. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. At least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's, yeah, I guess. Fair point. Nice beard, dude. We usually don't talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I always. At least that's what I was always taught. Oh. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy. But it's always so cold in these funeral homes. What about wool socks? Or like, just like get like some like knit socks. I'm sure that would be fine. You can get them in black too. I mean, that'd be funeral appropriate, right? I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. No. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using chemicals, using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's just what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Eh, stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Snack table? No? Okay. Oh. Maybe visit the casket. The guest of honor, one might say. Okay. October 11th. We get a new newsletter. I've already been working over a month? Yeah. Hells yeah. I'm so frustrated, registered nurse. I mean, right now. From Jennifer Valentine to Charlie. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight laces liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associate it with fainting or hysteria, sigh, it's actually been associated with, oh shit, visceroptosis? 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 Probably more viscer, like viscera. Visceroptosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but it can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely they didn't cause this kind of internal organ damage. Oh, and I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. There are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet I am treated like I know nothing. I'm having a day, Charlie. Jen L. Hart. Or Jen L. Less than 3. Museum creator. London Pathology Museum. Another email. Can I rant for a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, cough, male colleagues, cough, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Ugh, sorry. I'm all out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled. In a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. The double bits through me. Jen L. Less than 3. Museum curator. London Pathology Museum. Forward, sincerely, thank you. I'm gonna start at the bottom this time. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together. It meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Give me all the credit. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Best, Mia. Just passing this message along. Thanks for the hard work, Charlie. Amy Rose. Oh, it's Matthew Jeffrey. This is the driver, right? Hey there, Charlie. Oh, the story about death. I was driving around the other day, taking our clients on their last trip around town. I was thinking, strange, I know, did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed. In a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But, so the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had to take at least 3 cars full of us, like clown cars, While we were processing, while we were in the procession, going to the ceremony, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyway, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not really sure if they're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed. And then we all started giggling because, go figure. Life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to the story, I guess. I just remembered that story and wanted to tell you because we work with death all the time, and I think sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. The decision totally came later and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? Get off my back. I'll see you in a bit, Charlie. Matthew J., funeral director. Ooh, sweet, what to wear? What to wear when attending a funeral from a different culture? We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes. At least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes some people do need a little bit of pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean a little bit more formal. Black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire, when people would wear black as a symbol for mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though, and if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it is important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and in Chinese cultures, white is typically the color from funerals. For Islam, though, it is less about the color you are wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, color of the clothing isn't as important as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. I almost said crisscross applesauce. Just a flashback to elementary school. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you're attending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you. So be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible. Even if that means not wearing what you're supposed to wear at a funeral. Or even if it just means asking how much you can appropriately show your respects. Oh wait, let me take that again. Or even if it just means asking how you can, it's not just me, the sentence is wrong. Okay, good. It's like, why is my brain not parsing this? Or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. Got it. Nailed it in the end. First try talking. Oh. Next job. Hi, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval, an elderly man who died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, please don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best, Amy Rose. Yes, Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew, he knows. Hey, Merriment, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday Eve. Hope you're doing well. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I had to get a sip of water in. Hope you are too. I am. I'm doing all right. A little bit of a accidentally topsy-turvy day, or partially topsy-turvy day, but doing good. Checking out a Mortician's Tale now. We are a funeral director, and yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. Right there in the name. Send a response. All right. Oops, didn't mean to click that. I was trying to click around it. All right. All we can interact with. You've shown up just in time for an embalming, so lucky you. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Okay. Get that going, get that going. Okay. Whoa, wait, really? Click on the razor and drag it to shave the body. Huh. Interesting. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Oh. Whoa. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap onto each socket to give it shape. Whoa. To keep eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. Whoa. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. Whoa. So as you can probably see, this isn't like the other more recent game, Mortuary Assistant. This is more about the ins and outs, the fine details of what goes into, like, typically involving, or embalming somebody and preparing them for funeral. Less about the demonic possession. This is interesting. And it also really tells you the why of what's going on. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. I will. Can I? I can. Oh shit. Okay. I guess I'll just do it in OBS real quick. I don't like that the game has some spikes in the music, so I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. Make it a little bit more, barely there. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus. Let's see. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it to the neck, into the neck incision. Okay. Wait, is that not it? No, that's something else. Nope. Called a tube. All right. Click on the cannula, and drag it into the carotid artery. This is how you'll get the preserving materials into the bloodstream. Okay. Now you'll need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and connect it to the cannula. No. Okay. Wait. Wait. Oh. Help! I can't get rid of the tubes. Okay. And drag it to the cannula. Nope. Not a fan of the sound effect either. Okay, wait. Check the embalming machine to the... Okay, so what if I try from the embalming machine? What? Jeez. Got it. First try. What? Don't even worry about it. Oh my lord. Click on the embalming machine to turn it on. Okay. Hopefully this won't be as loud as that other game. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage them. Still gonna turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna turn it down for me too. I realized I haven't done that. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage them through the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Oh. Okay. Oh. One goes in, one goes out. Okay. Let's go down. Yeah. Whoa. Down. Yeah. Okay. Did it. Nice and simple. Great. Now let's sew up that incision. Click and drag the needle and thread over to close it. Bink, bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah. Almost done. You'll need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar, then click and hold on the abdomen until the liquid has been drained. Oh. Keep going. Oh, yep, keep going. All right, you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in the casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Bam! Same day funerals. Oh, sick. What are you playing on the Game Boy? Humming to himself. Man. Kid won't share his Game Boy with us. That's too bad. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park to catch He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Pay my respects. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. Oh, white? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red, no matter what. What? Lady, what? Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, and the next minute, poof, that person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long. Like, staring at the sun. I start to feel fuzzy when I think about it. Hmm. So weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. Yeah. Eh. Whoa, we skipped over November? Turn the music up just a bit again. Alright. See what's going on. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose. Alright. Thank you. To Amy. Hi, thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Thank you, Lizzie. Passing this lovely thank you note along. Jen, is Jen ready to spill some more tea? Ooh, meet cutes for death positive cuties. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try and give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site specifically for people working in the death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little weird, or a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014, and that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day. So maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Me, you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin, and witchy goth aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Yeah. Giggity. Mom rant over. I'm going to try it out, because turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, it isn't the best name for the death industry dating website. Or isn't that the best? I don't think it is quite the best name for for an industry-wide dating site. Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet, though. Jen L, less than 3. Museum curator, London Pathology Museum. Alright. Let's see what Amy had to say to Matthew. Hey Matthew, this is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing, and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Take care, Amy Rose. Oh. I don't like the look of this. Not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm going to grab some food fast. Some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. Two birds, one stone, and swinging back to the home. You want anything? A beef and cheddar? I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out, but I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15. Matthew J. Oh, LGBTQ funerals. Respect. If you've been a longtime subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. Oh no. There have been notable situations where a trans woman have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut and buried under the wrong names and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. Oh man. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive. Enter male or female based on the observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different. And because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. So, a step in the right direction. Definitely. I didn't even think about that when it comes to, dying or the bureaucratic process that happens after death. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. 100%. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this does not mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect and burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Wow. I love that message. And let's see. Today's task, cremation. Before we cremate Miss Hall, we need to prepare her body. Miss Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear, so it's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing Miss Hall's necklace. We need to be able to identify Miss Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag onto the coffin. And place it in the coffin. My bad. Great, Miss Hall is all set to be cremated now. Okay. Let's click the button. Alright, got the urn. This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Oh. Place it in, not put it through the whole process, got it. Click and drag bone fragments and drop them into the top of the cremulator. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. Now that all bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back to the counter. Make sure to put Miss Hall's necklace back into the urn. Click on that necklace and drag it to the urn. Oh. Okay. Don't forget the tag. Click on the round identification tag and drag it to the urn. Last stop, click on the lid's urn and drag it to the top of the urn. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it along with some flowers. All right. And now the ceremony, I believe. Yeah. Hello. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Well, hey, let me hit up those tunes then for you. Crank it up. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. And I respect. Glad she was cremated and not like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. This is nice, in a weird way. She'd like that we're all together here, talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. It's always weird to be in the moment in things like this, where like, you know, the food and the sound and all of that, like, or the music that's playing, just the ambiance of like the entire scene that you're in, trying to remember that it's okay to be present in that while also just feeling and exploring what the bigger emotions that are happening to you at that moment. News about the future of Rose and Daughter's funeral home. Hi all, it is with a heavy heart that I write, let you know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that would be the best. Told me that would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Sorry, I couldn't get the right intonation on that sentence. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. Truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, and in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family to me, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So we've been bought or sold. Either way, soon Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though honestly, I'm trying hard not just to see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legal or legacy is still intact. Zelda. What? What are you doing? Awesome bean. No, you're an awesome bean. Sitting here crying. It's a heavy one. It's a heavy one for a quick pop in, but y'all, if you aren't following Zelda, Zelda is a wonderful bean herself. And don't believe that no game. What Twitch says. Zelda was last playing Portal and is a wonderful, wonderful bean and streams and deserves your follow because they're wonderful. What is this game? Why is it so sad? This is a Mortician's Tale, I think, right? Yeah, Mortician's Tale. Yeah, it's a feelsy one. It's focuses more on the kind of the human side of the death industry and stuff like that. It's a good one. I definitely recommend it. Okay, bye. Bye, Zelda. Have a good night. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yeah. They have a good reputation and have still agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. No, you a good bean, Zelda. No, you. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Oh, thanks, Zelda. Means a lot you stopping by and saying hey. Even if it did cause you some emotional fluctuations. Because we happen to be playing a feelsy one. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have company to have I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was much easier for me. Please understand. Sincerely, Amy Rose. Hi, Amy. I am so eternally grateful that you're able to accommodate our requests for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, Margarita. Right? I wouldn't put the emphasis anywhere else, right? I think that's right. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this thank you note. Amy Rose. Let's see. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out. And you would know somebody I could talk to about all of this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone I can talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough, with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. Ryan. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with grief counselors or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. It would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Amy Rose. A challenger approaches from Jen Love. Charlie! I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rusty. Anyway, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Jen L, less than 3. Museum curator, London Pathology Museum. Ooh. I honestly really like the Funerals Monthly stuff. That's really interesting. Keep on protecting Earth with green burials. Oh. You've lived your mindful life of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Excuse me, one sec. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focusing on few rules. Mainly, it's that bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment. Yeah. And bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a burial is just over $1,000. So better for the people, the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore and preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Shit. Oh no, that's awful. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. We here at Funerals Monthly think green burials are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. I think they sound great. Especially, so if we take everything at face value here, the cheaper funerals, the better for the environment, and the frankly better for the people who are preparing the bodies, like higher incidence of leukemia. That's shocking. I didn't even think about that. Cremation. Pacemaker? Hi, Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. A doctor told me that would need to be removed. Thanks, Mariana. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Best, Amy Rose. So this is going to be our last one instruction from Amy. Interesting. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker. Brandon! Welcome in! Welcome, Raiders! How are y'all doing? How was your stream? Odious, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Or, no, happy Thursday. God, happy... It was Wednesday again. That'd be awful. Happy Friday Eve. Brandon in the house. Brandon Lux the first. right? In the house. Yeah, if you aren't following Brandon, what are you doing? Awesome musician. Does it all on... And it reconnected? Seems good. Yeah, we're back. All right. Twitch is, he brought in too much bass. He sure did. Twitch is, you know, it loves having its problems this week. But we did beat Coffee Talk at the end of last stream. Yeah. So we are starting a list of somewhat Halloween-y type themed games. Right now we're playing A Mortician's Tale, which is all about kind of the mortuary industry. And after this, we'll be checking out Mothman 1966. So the tone of today is going to be kind of all over the place, but I think it will be worth it. And Brandon, if you need to drop to do some after stream stuff, it's all good. Happy seeing you. Hope you had a wonderful rest of your stream. When I left, you're ready for the Ween streams? Wait, yeah. that might have a different meaning already. Oh, and if you need to go into lurk or whatever for after stream stuff, totally understand. Thanks for bringing everybody by. It's great to see y'all. You're just in time for a cremation. And we have to remove a pacemaker. Because pacemakers, that gives you a Photoshop idea. Odious, oh no. That's concerning. That sentence alone, but that sentence in context is concerning. JK? Okay. Oh. Because pacemakers are batteries that will explode inside the hot heat of a cremation machine. And we definitely don't want that. No, we don't. Let's start by removing Mr. Ray's pacemaker. Click and drag. Scalpel over the heart to make an incision. All right. You can see the pacemaker. Click on the forceps to click and drag the pacemaker out of the heart. Whoa. Put the forceps away and then place the identification tag in the coffin. You got it. It's all set to be cremated now. Boom. Done and done. Check out that urn. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bones, these bone fragments down to ash-like remains. Yep. This is our first cremation. It's our second. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Put that in there. And that on that. Boom. All done. So our the mom and pop funeral home that we currently work for, we just got word that it got bought out. So this is our last, you know, mom and pop funeral. So we'll see what the next ones look like. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. Oh. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Pay our respects. Eavesdrop on this conversation. what do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. This is one of the more somber ones that we've been to. February, alright. Well, hey Amy, I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month, and I apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Mariana. Thought I'd pass this along to you. Amy Rose. Jen Love. Mushrooms. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyway, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears, and it's made with what people call a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients to the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it, and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead. Am I right? Jen L, less than 3, museum creator, London Pathology Museum. Oh, wait, this is the same month, so we're getting another one? Whoa. Oh, not for Android. Oof. That's tough, Odious. It's always weird when something, or maybe not weird, but it's always frustrating when something is still exclusive to a single OS, even like a phone OS. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Same month, we get two funerals monthly emails. That's pretty good. Welcome back. Now, we rarely do listicles here, but for this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult, and since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people, but fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what to not say to someone who is grieving. So here it is, Funerals Monthly's top 5 things to not say at a funeral. I mean, at least with Android, you can test it out, and you don't have to have a weird Apple POS build to try and figure things out. But yeah, it is a shit show to code for. Hey, do you want the variety of a Windows environment where things could really be, you know, where phone models vary wildly? Android. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this, or it's probably not your place to dictate. 100%. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and don't say it. Were they saved? No religious statements. Just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is not always comforting, it can also be insulting. They're with the angels now. See above note, then rinse, repeat. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things like, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them, take them to their favorite restaurant, or buy tickets to see a movie together. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied to any situation, don't say stuff just for the sake of saying stuff. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. That's good advice. I really like this Funerals Monthly emails, even though this is the same month, because I think we were February 4th before. So, same month, 2 emails. I like it. All right. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation yet anyways. They're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for a cremation, but the family has demanded traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes. So his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we do have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you're uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting in the afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Amy Rose. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. Manuel Scott. Well, I mean, I'm comfortable with the subject matter. However, I am not comfortable going against someone's wishes. So, that's a big no for me. You had a classmate back in the day who was working to be a funeral director. After a couple of years, became disillusioned about the cash grab of the business. Ended up being a park ranger in Chile for 9 years after that. Oh my goodness. What a career switch. That's amazing. My goodness. Did they say why Chile? I don't know if you still are, if you know why, but that's amazing. The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. Let's start by cleaning the body. Clean, clean, clean. Clean, clean. Alright. Rigor mortis. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Yes, the complete opposite you could go, right? Let me choose life and the natural world. Yeah, exactly. Instead of, I mean, I don't know how much the game conveys it, but like a sterile, semi-operating like room. Eye cap. Need the glue. Yeah. I'd wonder too about that. It's interesting. I mean, I'm sure Chile's absolutely stunning, especially its parks. Moisturize. Get some of that blood out. No, it's the tubing. Ah. Yeah, this didn't work last time either. There we go. Oh, okay. Turn the embalming machine on. You got it. Yeah, the kind of permanent sterile, yeah, somber vibe. Exactly. Feels very clinical. It's also interesting how like involved this process is. How like how hands-on it is. Yeah. Sew that up. Yeah, it's always an unfortunate and like surprising when something's only on one version of a phone OS. Although, I mean, if you got to pick one, at least in North America, going just pure iPhone is not a bad business decision. All done. Mike will take care of Miss Rosie's makeup, as well as dressing and putting her in the casket. Perfect. Now, the funeral. Where is Maria? She couldn't be here. She didn't want to see her mother's body. I mean, don't blame her. Anyway, I'm really impressed with the food. Did you try the Amorati? Oh. Apparently we get her home and makes good as hell snack. Doesn't look like her at all. Oh. Quiet sobs. I haven't cried since she died. Not once. How was Anna crying and not me? I'm the one who lost a parent. Shit, man, don't put that weight on yourself. You'll feel how you feel. She's no longer suffering or in pain. Oof. Yeah. She's in a better place now. She was too good for this world. You're just hitting all the, hitting all the best hits, right? Just like, Jesus. Okay, thanks, Aunt Sandy. Yeah. Jesus. Got any other platitudes there? Sandy? Lord. Yeah. Chad Grant. Oh. We're pleased to bring you on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. Jesus Christ, what a name. There will be another institution. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be the leading way. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. I just had to edit that sentence a little bit, remove that word. Chad Grant, looks like a Chad, CEO and managing funeral director. Matthew Jeffrey, What the hell? Can I just say, first off, that this is bullcrap? Ugh. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all your business for so long. And this isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices? They're colder than the corpse I just picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do so. Too late for me, I guess. Matthew J., funeral director. P.S. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Board, you're invited to attend Death Cafe. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can even see the bits of the paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is the sentence I just typed? But anyway, this event I'm forwarding you is to take place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe place. Gen L, less than 3. Museum curator, London Pathology Museum. Come increase awareness of death with a view of helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity. See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday." X Death Cafe. And here, the real meat of the emails. Funerals Monthly. We got it. Different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something that many of us may be unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body and different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with a death, but the goal is always the same: offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after someone has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often family members will appoint a shomer, a guardian, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible, in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously organized. In the aughts, in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families begin to cremate more often. But there are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. And not all practices are somber either. Ever hear of the turning of the bones, or Famidihana? I'm pretty sure I said that horribly wrong. A ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Famidihana has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth, before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration remembrance, and way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. All right. From Chad Grant. Charlotte. Below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. Chad Grant. Oh my god, the CEO's going over our shit? Jeez. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike's accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Thank you, Leah. Oh. Oh, you're right to it. Let's prepare the body for cremation. Our watch. Think. Boom. Already. God, burying bodies is so expensive. We went through, so this was a mom and pop shop before, and the prices they listed for like I think an open casket burial was like $6K. And a price for cremation was $600. That's a huge difference. Let's break down those bone fragments. Trying to. Okay, can only do this one first. Right? I feel like that's pretty accurate. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Boom. All done. Matthew will take the urn into funeral parlor. It's just something that you don't really think about until you experience it, right? And then it's like, wow, it is a death industry. She was always so careful, wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lane. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't asked. I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah. After all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Hmm. So glad it was cremation. Would have lost it, seeing her body. Oh, kind of standing close there. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No, thanks. I mean, but no, I don't know. It's so intimate. It feels like I should do it by myself. She would kill me if others saw the same things, saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book, except to you. Yeah, she was special. This was done with a lot of care, Odious. I gotta say. It's a fantastic little indie game. Definitely worth it to check out. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. Hmm. Boom, boom. Oh. See. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? Matthew J. P.S. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry. Ever. See. Hello, as stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly for this is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell, i.e., always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience, no price limit on it. What the fuck? Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased's loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner Catering Concepts provides high-quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. Dear Lord. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into the high-quality services Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. is known for. Chad Grant. Man, fuck you, Chad. Hello, Charlotte. I've reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we, at Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, caskets, and vaults instead. I trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers, Charlotte. Chad Grant. Man, fuck you, Chad. Dear Lord. Those two emails back to back. Fucking hell. I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs. Like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We, as a species, have seen the beginning of our end. Gen L. Less than 3. Museum creator. London Pathology Museum. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Oh, Dr. Zaius. Yeah, it's every fucking corporate takeover ever. Like, it's just so fucking accurate, and it's so pathetic how accurate it is, because it's the exact same playbook that just happens no matter the industry. Damn dirty ape. Exactly, Brandon, yeah. Home funerals. Why do it? At least we have Funerals Monthly to bring us out of the corporate BS. The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased. But nowadays, people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the option and assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? You kill them, we chill them. Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to be buried or cremated. The idea of keeping the deceased's body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are economical. A traditional funeral home, complete with body preparation service, flowers, cards, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement, from signing the death certificate to overseeing burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or for your loved ones, make sure you follow everything by the book. But just know that this may be an option available to you and your loved ones, if so chosen. Interesting. Latest contract acquisition. The city. Charlotte, I am proud to announce. I love that our email is still Charlie in the system and we still get called Charlotte. They cite real laws? They might have. Except in South Boston's only legal to keep them in an Irish bar after death. And if not in an Irish bar, they get transferred there. Charlotte, I am proud to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you. Charlotte. Although Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is preferred here, as it is the more cost-efficient of the two options. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. Chad Grant. Oh, Chad. Such a Chad. But yeah, they might have cited real laws, and I'm not sure. We need to prepare his body. He doesn't seem to have any valuables on him that will be damaged during creation, so let's just worry about putting his identification tag into the coffin with him. Alright. Boom, boom. Alright, there we go. For the time anyways, yeah, probably. I think this game is... I didn't look at it, but I think it's 2015, 2016 maybe? It was a couple years old. Oh, you there? Oh man, we even just used a plain urn with no pattern on it? It just feels odd. Oh, okay. Can't take the other bone for some reason. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Turn it up. All done. All right. Let's pay our respects. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we had rabbit I had as a pet growing up. He was cremated as well. His ashes were in a wooden box, though. Oh, Jesus, Chad Grant. Oh, what Chad? Hello, all. We are thrilled to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc.'s subsidiary, Rose and Daughters, just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us to access all of the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. Oh shit. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives 15 million in funding and donations annually. Why? You're just so happy about that money. I mean, maybe that's just a little bit of the old Rose and Daughters kind of seeping through, where they just have urns available. So why not use one? And Chad didn't tell us not to use one. This will no doubt be a boon for Hillside Heritage Enterprise Inc.'s bright and sustained future. Chad Grant. Dear Lord, Chad. From Matthew Jeffrey. Charlie, it's official. I've put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Make a Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. But you, I am worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Matthew J. P.S. I'll bring beers over next week. We can talk about it more freely. I kissed her. Oh. Dating a special effects makeup artist, and she just starts right away. Dating a special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping me. You were slipping me there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it. Like that last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? God, I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk to her about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento mori, or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming. Like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of a Ferris wheel. Be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me right now. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You have my support, you know, 100% no matter what you decide. Jen L, less than 3, museum curator of London Pathology Museum. Funerals Monthly. All right. Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Water cremation. We can call it a few different things, like flameless creation, a bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide, or perhaps more commonly, resumation. Its technical name, though, is actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here and it's environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment. The high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief amongst them. Water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali in water heated up very high, about 350 Fahrenheit. It basically works like a sped up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage at a factory. And alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation process. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places become legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. I've never heard of that. That's interesting. Home funeral for my wife. Charlotte, I see you are not able to convince the Dimka family, to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose this sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. This is part of your job. Ugh. Dear Mr. Grant, let's start from the bottom here. Dear Mr. Grant, regarding the last time we spoke, my daughters and I still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Heart attack was so sudden, we don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she has a proper send-off. Thanks. Kofi Dimka. Dear Mr. Dimka, I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you, the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise you, your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow for people to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was. Beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about on this day. You and your daughters are going through a hard time right now. Let us here at Rosewater and Daughters make this difficult time a little easier for you. Dear Mr. Grant, okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Thank you for considering us in this hard time. Best, Kofi Dimka. We allow that for you? Yeah. I wouldn't do that either. Yeah, fuck them. Exactly. Fuck Chad and fuck... Where is it? Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. God. Sure thing, I'll get right to it. But now that she's here, we'll treat her respectfully. Although, God, that family's gonna be taken for the ringer for money. Pretty sure like a standard package is gonna be like 10K for this company. Massage. Back caps. Cotton balls. Boom. 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 It's also... Yeah, we'll treat them just like anybody else. Yeah, it's interesting how the CEO of this company is so hands-on with the day-to-days as well. Like, lordy. Okay, come on. There we go. I can never get that tubing to connect. Massage the blood out. And the formaldehyde in. bum. And there we go. I haven't, no. Have you? We saw earlier that funeral directors have a larger incidence of leukemia, largely attributed with their like direct exposure to formaldehyde. We had to dissect a cat for anatomy. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I lied. We dissected tapeworms in in a class in high school. So I have, yes. I forgot about that. But a cat, oh my goodness. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh hey, what do you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I heard the show is so good. I saw that video of the one kid actor doing karaoke. Burn in your eyes and throat after prolonged periods. Oh, I bet. I didn't get much exposure to it from the one time that I guess had it near me with a we each got our own tapeworm to dissect that had been in formaldehyde for a while, and I remember it not smelling great, but I don't think I got any of that effect. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad for not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah, I just want Mom to know I loved her. Wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh. Okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah. I'm going to miss her. Me too. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. It would be good to stretch my legs. Oh, you dissected several things. Oh no. Got distracted. Forgot your pig in the science room drawer. Someone found it 6 months later. Oh no. Oh Lord. We did egg in Coke science, where we took an egg and basically just suspended it in a can of Coke for a while, and so that basically the shell becomes see-through. It was wild. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. I mean, both can be true. August. Oh shit. Did we quit? We have our own mortuary practice. Owl poop, grasshopper, mouse, and pig. Oh. Grasshopper, that's interesting. That has to be hard to dissect. I've heard of owl poop being a good one to dissect. Because it has bones and whatnot in it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, dissection baby pig. Yeah, that's what that's what I had envisioned. Not like a full, like, boar. Sounds crunchy, right? Yeah, all the bones and the poop, right? Did you have to identify or attempt to identify the bones? Or was it just more of a see what you find? Congratulations! Charlie, dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I am always happy to help. Best wishes, Amy Rose. P.S. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. You'll never believe what new job I am working now. Open this email to find out. Hey, Charlie. When I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering. It was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree. And thankfully, I concentrate on my driving skills since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie. Can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you think less of me. But I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind. And besides, corpses are always easier to deal with than children. Screaming children. Might I add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute. But don't tell Amy that I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids. And for being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Be seeing ya. Matthew J. See what you find. Oh, that was our introduction into dissection. Oh, we not studied bones at all at the time. Only 13. Wow. None of my schools did like dissection in the main curriculum. Frog. Oh, it was a frog, not a pig. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. I feel like the pig would have been a worse thing to find 6 months later in a drawer. But yeah, none of the regular curriculum in my schools did dissection at all. We did that. Some classes got the pig, you guys got the frog. Gotcha. Mine did dissection on tapeworms because it was an AP class. It was a college credit level class. That's the only reason why we did dissection. No class in my district, I think, did dissections. Okay, Odys, you've done frog, pig heart, owl pellet, sheep eye. Oh my goodness, you've done so much. Hey, Phil Coyote, welcome. How you doing? Happy Friday Eve. Dissecting at home as an elective? not entirely as an elective. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness. But Odious, I mean, that's a ton of dissections. That's amazing. Was that, if you don't mind my asking, was that in like mainly high school and college, or was that like throughout, or just interesting because that was never really something that was done near me. So I don't really know when they introduced it. It sounds like, Brando, they introduced it pretty young for you. Because which one was first? The owl pellet was first at 13. That's interesting. Congratulations on your new business. Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase, but you stuck through it all like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm not trying to be too cheesy right now, but can't wait to be home next week for a visit and to check out your new space. Always, Jen L, less than 3, Museum Curator, London Pathology Museum. P.S. Have you heard about these green burial pods? When I find the link in my 1 million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. You're taking a lot of anatomy courses, high school and college. Oh, okay. Yeah, my high school didn't offer anything like that. Today. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for your understanding and for your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1 p.m. Best, Eileen Hansen. I'll see you soon. And we're stepping out into the world of our own. Oh, we have tattoos as well. I didn't realize that. Whoa. Magnolia Forest, funeral home, and natural burial pods. Oh. Interesting. Sheep eye is pretty common in 5th grade. Really? I think 5th grade is when they used to do some dissection. But like that stopped I think well before I got into the 5th grade, which was interesting. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much. But thank you for having me give her the funeral she always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. A Mortician's Tale. I wonder if it's gonna have like, yeah, special thanks. Yeah, I was wondering, yeah, like a lot of these have to be the resources that they used, or people and resources. Oh, Craig Rice. I think he was at Double Fine for a while. Pets. Unity, yeah. Bum bum. Oh. It's always neat seeing, oh, that's sad. But seeing like arts initiatives helping to fund indie games. Oh wow. Thanks for playing with me, or playing Mortician's Tale with me, everybody. That was really fun. I wanted to check this out for a while, and I'm glad I did. So I have another game ready for us to kind of continue with the, beginnings of Halloweeny vibes. So started out, on a more somber, more, contemplative note. But I picked up another game that might be, or that might be more of the spooky Halloween vibes, called Mothman. Excuse me, Mothman 1966. Yeah, it definitely felt like it knew exactly what it was talking about, which I mean, I really respect in the game, especially an indie game, to like really feel like it's capturing what it's talking about. Like that's a big deal.